Wait a second here. What is this?
This is a one-man band, sir.
A one-man band. This is wild. How many instruments do you have here?
I have 55 right now.
55. It's great the way they all kind of fit here on the rack in their own place. Can anybody do this? Can anybody make a one-man band?
I think so.
Yeah, what does it take?
A lot of junk and a lot of work and experience.
Well, how long have you been at it?
12 years, exactly.
12 years. You know, one-man bands have always been very special. And this is a story about a very mysterious stranger who promised to make a one-man band right out of thin air, and about the boy who believed that he could.
Ty's One-Man Band by Mildred Pitts Walter, illustrated by Margot Tone. The sun rose aflame. It quickly dried the dew and baked the town. Another hot humdrum day. Ty's mother was washing clothes, and his father was busy unloading feed for the chickens. His sister was in the kitchen. Ty had nothing fun to do. Ty thought of the tall, cool grass at the pond and decided to go there alone. At the pond, big trees sank their roots down deep and lifted their branches up, up, up toward the sky. The grass grew tall enough to hide a boy as big as Ty, and he lay quiet, listening. Step the rump. He heard it again. Step the rump, step the rump, step the rump. What could it be? His heart beat wildly as he kept still, listening. Closer it came. Then Ty saw a man carrying a bundle. Ty had never seen anyone like this before. The man had only one leg. The other leg was nothing but a wooden peg. The man walked down the path to the water's edge. He set his bundle down. From the bundle, he took a tin cup, a tin plate, and a spoon. Then he took out cheese, apples, and a big round loaf of bread. He smiled, and then he ate hungrily. Then he did a surprising thing. He tossed his cup into the air and caught it. He tossed the plate and then the spoon. He's a juggler, Ty thought. Then he beat a rhythm with the spoon on the cup. Tink, kink, tink, kink, 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 tink, kink, 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 kink. He's a drummer, too, Ty said to himself. Wonder if he's a circus man. Then there was a low rumble, like thunder afar. The train turned the bend. When Ty looked back toward the pond for the man, he was no longer there. Where had the man gone? Was he a disappearing magician too? Ty tiptoed to the trail. He felt his heart beat. Thump, 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 thump. Just as he was almost to the trail, whee! The man jumped out of the grass. He laughed so hard that Ty began to laugh too. Are you a circus man, Ty asked. No, I'm not a circus man. Who are you? My name is Andro. I'm a one-man band. What's a one-man band? I'll show you. Go home and get a washboard and 2 wooden spoons, a tin pail and a comb. I'll come into town at sundown and make music for you and your friends. A one-man band? Wait till I tell my friends. At home, Ty ran to his brother Jason's room. Can I use your comb at sundown for the one-man band to make music? Yeah, but combs are made for combing hair, not for making music. Ty rushed to the kitchen. His sister was stirring cornbread. Can I use 2 wooden spoons at sundown? Yes, his sister said, if you promise to bring them back. These spoons have made a lot of cornbread, but I never heard them make music. He found his mother in the yard, taking in the clothes. He told her about Andro, and she said, "You may use my washboard at sundown, but that board is made for washing, not for making music." His father was in the shed, putting corn in the pail to feed the chickens. "Of course you may use the pail, son, but don't bet on hearing a one-man band. Pails are for hauling, not music." Ty ran to tell his friends, but no one believed there was such a thing as a one-man band. How could he make music with a comb, a washboard, or wooden spoons? All of Ty's friends laughed. Ty sat on the corner under the street lamp. The comb, the pail, 2 wooden spoons, and the washboard were nearby. He waited. Had Andro forgotten? Soon, the streetlight came on. Ty's friends saw him still waiting. "Hey, so you think the one-man band is coming, eh?" Ivan shouted. "If he were coming, he'd be here by now," Noah called. "Washboard music, what's that?" Josh said. And they all laughed. "He will come, you'll see." Ty waited and waited. Would he come? Ty waited some more. He was just about to pick up his things and go home. Then in the darkness, he heard a step the rump, step the rump, step the rump. He was coming. Whee! "I'm here at your service," he said, and Ty just grinned. Andro took a thin piece of tissue paper from his pocket. Carefully, he folded the paper over the comb. Before Ty could ask what this was all about, Andro was making music. The music drifted through the empty streets, around quiet corners. One by one, people began to leave their porches. They pressed in closer and clapped their hands and tapped their feet as Andro played and danced to his own music. His peg leg went tap, tap, tippity-tap, tippity-tap, tap, 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 tippity-tap, tippity-tap, tap, tap. He twirled, skipped, hopped, and danced round and round in the spotlight of the street lamp. Andro drummed on the pail with his fingers. "More," Ivan shouted. He clickety-clacked with the spoons. "More, more," Josh and Noel cried. He strummed the washboard with his hand. "More, more, more," the people shouted. Boys and girls, mothers and fathers, even the babies clapped their hands. Some danced in the street. Whenever the music stopped, everybody shouted, "More, more." Andro let Ty take turns using the instruments. Ty's friends wanted turns too. Soon the 4 of them played together like a one-man band, and everybody danced. Only Ty saw Andro slip away back into the night.
Tinky, 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 tank. Tinky, 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 tank. You know, reading this book is a little like making music. Once Andro shows you the secret, you can make music out of almost anything. You know, Ty really believed in Andro, and it paid off. All they needed was a little imagination and some very ordinary things to get a whole town up dancing. And who can sit still when there's good music playing? I sure can't.